21 now. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
before that, whenever you are free, okay, na? Almost a
Yes.
week before the test, you all will also be giving a mock test.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we were studying the different structure of the human eye and what are the functions. So, Moz, starting from you, explain to me
Yes.
what is the function of cornea.
Sir, cornea is a transparent structure that is bulbing out of our eye.
Correct. And light is coming, light that is
Yes,
coming from any object. First of all, it enters into our cornea.
yes, sir.
So, it is entering our eye through cornea.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the function of cornea?
Sir, this it means it protects anything that come to in
Hmm.
our eyes.
Not protect is the eye. Okay, na.
Protects the eye, yes, sir.
Second function is also there. There's one more function.
One more function.
Mhm. If you listen carefully, like I did told ke, Arham, it helps in converging the light rays. Somewhat amount of convergence is also done by cornea.
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? Mhm.
Yes.
Then Moz, what is iris?
Sir, iris, it is behind the cornea, sir.
Correct. And
Mm, it is in iris there is small pupil, sir,
hmm,
and
between
that
the
pupil is
iris, it is
controlled by
between
iris.
pupil. And then
And then,
pupil is basically what? What is pupil?
pupil.
Should I say?
Just let him try for once. Yes, Moz, what is pupil?
Sir, pupil. Uh,
Meanwhile, you tell me, Arham, what is the function of iris?
Sir, the function of the iris, there are two functions. One is to
Mhm,
give the color to the eye based
mhm,
on the pigmentation. If there
mhm,
is more pigmentation in the iris, the color will be brown or black. And if there is less
mhm.
pigmentation, then the color would be blue or green.
Blue or
And
greenish, correct.
second function is that it simulates the a pupil to um, contract or relax. If the pupil contracts, a less amount of light enters the eye, and
Mhm.
if the pupil relaxes, the more amount of light enters the eye.
Okay. Basically, what happens on the contrary, if it contracts, so it will become smaller.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now thereby it will allow more light to enter. If it relaxes, it will expand, and then it will reduce the amount of light entering into the eye. Also, pupil is
Oh,
nothing but yes.
so if it contracts, means the pupil gets smaller and less amount of light will enter, right?
See, if it is contracted now, contracted basically means what? That okay, contraction basically here in terms of this mean that it will be stretched.
Yes, sir.
So then it is correct. Also, pupil is what? It is nothing but the hole at the center
Center.
of iris.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no. Hmm. And then, Moz, what is the function of ciliary muscles? What
yes, sir.
function is performed by the ciliary muscles? Here you can see the ciliary muscles which are holding the eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. What is
Yes,
the
sir.
function of it? Mhm.
Ciliary muscles.
Yes.
Uh, okay.
First function is basically what? It is holding the eyelids in position. It is
Yes, sir.
holding the eyelids in position right now, Arham.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, you tell me that the curvature of the islands it can change, meaning that the shape of the islands can change by the action of ciliary muscles. Okay, no?
Yes, sir. So
Hmm.
when the ciliary muscles gets tight, because when they contract,
Hmm.
um, they become thick as well, and when they
Hmm.
relax, they become loose and thin.
Exactly. Also, do tell me this lens, Moz. this eye lens, is it a converging or a diverging lens?
Yes, sir.
Is the eye lens
Yes,
converging
sir.
or diverging lens?
Yes, sir. Diverging.
It's a diverging. How come it be diverging? Diverging means that it will spread the light rays now. But on the
Yes.
contrary, it should be focusing now.
Yes, sir.
Converge means meeting at a point. That is what convergence means. Okay now.
Yes,
Hmm.
sir.
So will
Convex.
it be a convex? Yeah, it will be a convex. Okay now. Okay. Also, there's a point on the retina where image is not formed. What do we call that
Assalamualaikum,
point
sir.
as? Yeah,
Blind
Arhan.
spot.
Walaikum Assalam. That is blind spot.
Yes, sir,
Okay
blind
na?
spot.
Hmm. So Arhan, where have you been by the way? Arhan, we know discussed in the previous class. We started this chapter, revising the chapter lights. We discussed several concepts in this chapter. We did talked about the laws of reflection, and we did talked about multiple reflections also. What are some applications of multiple uh, reflections? Hope you recall that. Kaleidoscope is there, periscope was
Yes,
there.
sir.
Okay now. And in the previous class, we did studied about the structure of the human eye and how does it function. So basically, what happens here, guys, that our eye is like a ball, okay, na? A little bit elongated ball, and the pupil is the cornea is the outward bulging portion of the human eye via which light is entering into the eye, and then it enters via the hole that is present between the iris. That is the pupil, the black spot that you see here, and then it is being converged by the eye lens onto the retina, and the
Yes, sir.
retina is having so many sensory cells, sensitive cells are there, namely the which two cells are there?
Sir, cone and rod cell.
Cone and rod cells, right? Moz, Arham, Arhan. Okay now.
Yes, sir.
So they will be basically detecting the light. Do tell me which of the two cells is sensitive to dim light.
So rods.
Yes, sir.
It's the rod cells, correct. Is Ahmed here? Yeah, Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Why you guys are joining class so late? Please be on time. So I did showed an image of the two cells also here, right now. Okay. Why cone cell are called as cone cells?
So because they have appearance of cones.
Hmm, right. Also, they will be sensitive to bright light and colorful lights.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now. So that is the thing. Also, more number of cone cells are found as compared to the rod cells.
Yes, sir.
Also, also we observe that during the if there is a dim light, you are not able to distinguish between the color of the objects that is kept in your room.
Yes, sir.
So you won't be able to distinguish. Okay. Blind spot, we studied by an activity also how you can study about the blind spot. You can
Yes,
find
sir.
your own blind spot also via this activity. You can simply draw a cross and a dot 7 centimeter apart from each other. So we did studied this activity. Can anyone explain to me how do we do this activity? How we did this?
So we have to keep the cardboard
Hmm.
at least centimeters away from us, and then we
No,
have
not the
to.
cardboard 7 centimeter away from each other. I'm saying this plus and this dot sign. They has to be 7 centimeter away from each other.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then we have to close our left eye, and then we have to concentrate at the plus sign, and we have to
First of
bring it
before that, you have to hold it at an arm's
arm's length.
length.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
We have to keep it at arm's length, and then we have to close our left eye and focus on the plus, and then we have to slowly bring the cardboard towards us, and then we can
Hmm.
see that the at some point the dot will be disappearing.
Correct, correct. Right now, so that is the blind spot. So blind spot was basically that place on the retina where the optic nerve is leaving. Getting it now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it's a small area of the retina which will be insensitive to light because optic nerve here is leaving the eye.
Yes, sir.
So because rod and cone cells are not present there. So that is the thing. Next thing we are going to talk about is persistence of image on the retina. Right now.
Yes, sir.
So if you were to look at a very bright object and then you close your eyes, the image of the object will remain in your eyes for a very, very short duration of time.
Yes, sir.
You look at an object, you close your eyes, the image of the object will remain in your eyes for a very tiny fraction of time.
Yes, sir.
So is it about 1 of 16 second?
It is 1/16. Why it's not going? Just 1 minute. It is 1/16th of a second. Okay, now. So the image of a given object will retain on the retina for 1/16th of a second, even
Yes, sir.
if the object has disappeared from your view. Right now, suppose
Yes, sir.
you brought something near to your eye like this, and you immediately took it away. Right now, but the
Yes, sir.
image will still persist in your retina for 1/16th of a second. So that is called as persistence of vision.
Yes, sir.
Right. And why this is happening? Because the light sensitive cells in the retina has been stimulated,
Yes, sir.
and now in order for the light sensitive cells, that is the rod and cone cells, to come back to its original state, it will require some time. मैं क्या
Yes,
कहना
sir.
चाह रहा हूँ? I'm basically trying to say that see if some object flashed near your eye, for example a pencil, and it was immediately removed. So the image of the pencil will be formed on your retina, and the information of the that pencil will remain for 1/16th of a second,
Yes, sir.
even if it is removed. So why is it that the object has been removed but the image persists on the retina? Because the cone and the rod cells will take some time to return to its original state. Getting it
Yes, sir.
now?
Yes, sir.
So that is the thing about it. Also, suppose if the still pictures of moving objects are flashed from our eyes, flashed in front of our eyes. For example, let's say that I am taking some cards on which you might have seen this also. Okay,
Yes,
like there's a person who is doing movement like this, for example. So let's say there are total 16 frames in which different drawings are made of a person. For example, let's say 16 cards. Okay, no?
yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say that these are the still pictures, right? So these are
Yes, sir.
the still pictures of something, and if it is flashed from your eyes at a rate faster than 60 pictures per second, so then it will, as your eyes will assume the picture to be moving.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Getting it, Namaz, Ahmad, Arhan, and Arham,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Earlier, the cartoons were also made in this manner, right? In the
Yes, sir.
age of 80s, 70s, 90s, cartoons were made in this manner.
Yes, sir.
Getting it? So that is the thing. Okay. Na? Okay. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Then if someone asks you like what is the range of vision of the human eye, distinct vision,
Yes, sir.
the question is that what is the range of vision of a normal eye? Someone will say up to a kilometer, someone will say up to a few meters.
The
Huh.
farthest point is infinite.
Hmm. Okay, now farthest point is infinite, right? Now, so meaning
Yes, sir.
that the far point of a normal human eye is at a very large distance.
Yes,
You
sir.
can't say for sure how far a human eye can look at, but the thing is that but the thing is that um, you can say that it is up to infinity, but the
Yes,
thing
sir.
is that beyond that, I mean to say, can the object be seen clearly? The answer is
No,
no,
sir.
No, sir.
right? So up to some nearest point only your eye can see an object very clearly without having any strain. So suppose
Yes,
you are standing in the sunlight and you want to look at the objects far away from each other. You have to look at the objects like this. You have to focus. You have to put some stress on your eyes in
yes,
order
sir.
to look at the objects sharply. right now. So without having any strain on in your eyes, the nearest point to which your eyes can look as, that is called as the nearest point of the eye.
Yes, sir.
Getting it done? So that is called as the near point.
Yes, sir.
Or this near point is also called as least distance of distinct vision.
Yes,
Distinct
sir.
meaning, no. Distinct means that a sharp. Distinct means
Yes, sir.
that something sharp and very clear. Okay, Namaz. So the near point of the eye is also known as least distance of distinct vision, and the minimum distance at which one can read something without having any strain on your eyes, that is 25 centimeter away from the eyes. Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
that is option number C here. So that is the thing. No, you know that a normal eye can see the distant objects as well as the nearby objects.
Yes, sir.
How does it do? Basically, by focusing the images of distant objects and as well as the image of the nearby objects also on retina. So,
Yes, sir.
two things are happening here. You know that the ciliary muscles can change the shape of the eyelids.
Yes,
Eyelids
sir.
is actually flexible. It is different from the different from other lenses which we
Yes,
use.
sir.
So it is flexible in nature. So ciliary muscles can change the thickness of this eyelids, which is soft and which is flexible. So, for
Yes, sir.
example, a thin eyelids, for example, if the eyelids is thin, so thereby its converging power is less.
Yes, sir.
See, if
Yes,
the eyelids is very thin like this, so its converging power in lens, so thereby the rays would be focusing somewhere here. 1 minute.
yes, sir.
Let's say it is meeting here, and let's say this is let's take it to be 1 centimeter, for example. Now, if the eyelids is made thicker by the action of ciliary muscles is इसे thick कर देते हैं. So thereby what happens now? Its converging power will increase, and it will, let's say, converge at only 0.5 centimeter. So try to understand this thing. This is a very basic concept, but yet important also.
Yes, sir.
So if the eye lens is thinner, it means that the rays will converge at greater length, right?
Yes, sir.
After some length, for example, 1 centimeter. And if the eye lens is made thicker by the action of ciliary muscles, its converging power increases. Converging power increases means that it will be the rays here converging will be converging only at 0.5 centimeter here, for example,
Yes, sir.
right now.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now consider this: if the eye is looking at a very far distant object, एक बहुत ही दूरी पर object रखी हुई है, right? So
Yes, sir.
thereby the ciliary muscles will be relaxed.
Yes, sir.
So if the ciliary muscles are relaxed, thereby the lens will become thinner. Me, what is the answer for this question?
Cornea.
Cornea.
Okay, now the case is such that if you are looking at a distant object, so first point is that the ciliary muscles are relaxed. So thereby the thickness of the eyelids will be reduced. It will be becoming thinner.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
ciliary muscles are be relaxed. The result of this is that it makes the eyelids thinner.
Yes, sir.
So if eyelids is thinner, what we studied that the converging power is
Less.
Less.
less, right now. So second thing you have to say here that converging power is less. So the thin eyelids will be having lesser converging power, and
Yes, sir.
that is actually sufficient to converge the light rays coming from a very distant object to form its image on the retina.
Yes, sir.
So ये normal eye की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. If the eye has got no defects, a normal
Yes, sir.
healthy eye, and guys, what if the objects are nearby? If the objects are nearby, and your eye is looking at the nearby objects, then what happens? The ciliary muscles will be getting stretched.
Yes, sir.
It
It
will
will be
contract.
exactly. It will contract, meaning that it will become thinner. Ahmed, you getting it now? Moz, Arhan,
Yes, sir.
ciliary
Yes,
muscles
sir.
are stretched. So that will result in the contraction of the eyelids. So eyelids, let me write this one. In this case, it was becoming thinner. In this case, it is becoming thicker. And remember what did I told you moments ago? If the eyelids become thicker, it means converging
Converging
power.
rate is more,
Exactly.
more, sir.
Converging power increases. Getting
Yes,
it
sir.
now. So thereby converging power is more. So hence in this manner, the image will be focused on the retina. You can
Yes, sir.
understand why this also. For example, this is a object placed very nearby. Okay, no. Also, it is showing the least distance of distinct vision. So in this case, first thing we observe the eyelids will be becoming thinner or thicker.
Thicker, sir.
Thicker.
Thicker. So thereby the converging power will also
Increase.
increase. Right now, hope you guys are getting it. And suppose if this object were to be placed very far away, suppose here. So in that case, what will be happening?
So the converging power is less and the islands will be getting relaxed.
Thinner. Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
it will be becoming thinner and less converging power. Okay, is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next thing we are going to study about is the defects of the human eye.
Yes, sir.
Defects of the human eye. So defects can be genetic. Defects can arise with age. Okay, now. So there are two types of defects. One that is genetic from birth, and the another one that can develop over the age. So there are three types of defects that can happen that can occur in the human eye. The first one is called as myopia,
Yes, sir. Short-sightedness.
short-sightedness. Very good. The second one is called as hypermetropia,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
and the third one is very common in old age. That is
Cataract.
cataract. Okay, now there's one more. This star I'm writing presbyopia is also there.
Yes, sir.
But the main concern is the first, second, and the third one. Okay, no? So you might have noticed that some people are not able to see the distant objects very clearly.
Yes, sir.
वो दूर की चीजें clearly नहीं देख पाते हैं. Right now? So
Yes, sir.
that type of defect is called as myopia.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is called as myopia. So myopia is the that defect of the eye due to which the person will not be able to see the distant objects clearly, but although he will be able to see the nearby objects very clearly. So
Yes, sir.
इनकी sightedness ना sight अभी छोटी हो गई है. He can see only the nearby objects. Thereby, myopia is also called as
Short-sightedness.
Short-sighted.
short-sightedness. Very good.
Yes, sir.
And hypermetropia is nothing but just the opposite of myopia.
Long-sightedness.
Exactly. So in this, the person will be able to see the distant objects very clearly, but won't be able to see the nearby objects clearly. So that is called as long sightedness. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And in the case of cataract, what happens? It will generally happen in the old age.
That's why the lens becomes cloudy.
Yes,
Lens
sir.
becomes cloudy. Very good. Right now. So lens becomes cloudy. Let's understand each of them in detail. So if you were to look at the structure of the myopia here. So in this case, what is happening? The converging power of the lens increases,
Yes, sir.
right? Either myopia can happen if the converging power of the eye lens increases too much. So now look where the rays are meeting. Here also you guys know this very basic concept that in order for the formation of an image, whether it be on a plane mirror, on a curved mirror, or in the retina, the two rays have to meet.
Yes,
Images
sir.
की
Yes, sir.
formation तभी होती है when two incident rays are meeting. Okay, Nawaz, Arham, Arhan, and Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is the condition, and the point they where they will be meeting, at that point the image formation is happening. So look here, it is meeting here, but it should have been meeting at the retina, no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Getting it, guys? It should have met here, but it is meeting here. Why is it? Because if you were to look at the thickness of the eyelids, it is thicker, no?
Yes, sir.
It is
And remember, it is
contracting.
con- hmm, contracting. Remember what I told? If the eyelids is thicker, meaning that converging power will increase.
Yes, sir.
So it is converging the light is before the retina. So myopia can happen either if the converging power of the lens increases, or either if the eye lens becomes elongated. If the
Yes,
length
sir.
of the eye lens, sorry, not eye lens, eye becomes, if the eyeball is elongated. Getting it,
Yes, sir.
guys? So it can happen due to two reasons. Either due to high converging power of eye lens, or either due to the elongation of the eyeball.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ना? Now the question comes, how is it corrected? इसे हम correct कैसे कर सकते हैं? You guys know that there are two type of lenses. One is the converging lens, one is the diverging lens. Converging lens is basically convex lens.
Yes,
Diverging
sir.
lens are concave
Concave.
lens.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? So it is corrected using a, first of all, you tell me one basic thing. Okay, what we need to do, we need to reduce the converging power of the eyelids.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right now? So thereby, what should be done? We should be using a lens that is diverging in nature. जो
Yes, sir.
इन्हें थोड़ा और डाइवर्ज करता है, ये और डाइवर्ज होकर यहाँ पर मीट करें. Getting
Yes,
it
sir.
now? So thereby you'd be using a converging
Concave
lens in
lens.
order. Exactly, that is a concave lens. So it is corrected using concave lens. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? And when you use the concave lens, you place a concave lens in front of the eye. Now the
Yes,
rays
sir.
will be diverged more, and then image will be formed in retina.
Yes, sir.
So hope that is clear to all of you. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Then you have the another case. It is hyperopia or also hypermetropia. Right now?
Yes, sir. Far sighted.
Exactly. So in this case, you yourself can look here that the converging power has reduced. See, look, if you were to look at the islands, it is thinner. Thinner islands
Yes,
means thinner islands means
Less converging power.
less converging power. So look where the rays are meeting, behind the retina.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? But it should have been here. So
yes,
now
sir.
you are also, another reason for the hypermetropia is too short eye. If the eyeball is very short, in that case also, the person cannot see the nearby objects. Getting it now? So thereby, what should be done here? We need to increase the converging power now.
Yes, sir. We need to use
Islands,
convex lens.
exactly. Islands is already a converging lens, but here converging power is reduced. So thereby,
Yes,
if we were to use an converging lens, the converging power of the islands will increase,
yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So thereby it is corrected using convex lens. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
no?
sir.
Mhm. So that is the thing about it. Okay. Apart from these type of defects, there are some other defects also, if you guys recall. Like you have presbyopia also. So in this case, what happens? If the fluid in the lens, if it solidifies, if it's solidified,
Yes, sir.
then thereby it leads to presbyopia. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, presbyopia happens, and presbyopia in sometimes it happens in old age. Usually, if the person is reaching the age of 35 to 40 or more than that, it has been seen that it can happen. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
So gradually, also it has been seen in presbya that the person also loses the eyelids of the person loses the ability to see the nearby objects clearly, right?
Yes, sir.
Or this is the one of the disease that happens with the ages. As the age of the person increases, this is seen to happen in people. Okay, no? So that is presbyopia.
Yes.
And the cause for the presbyopia is also that the um, focusing power of the eyelids reduces. That is the converging power of the eyelids reduces in the case of presbyopia also,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes.
Okay. Then you have cataract, right? So in cataract, basically what happens? Protein structures of lens club together. So basically what happens? The eyelids is having some protein structures in it. And if they were to solidify and they were to solidify and come closer to each other and then forms a foggy layer above the eyelids. Getting it now? So
Yes,
that
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
cataract. If you were to look at the surgery of the cataract, so basically what is basically done now? Okay, see, this is the eye of the person. In fact, I have seen the surgery of how cataract is done. So basically what they will be doing now, they will be making an insertion here. They will be doing a small cut here and then they will insert a fork inside it. Okay, na? And they will basically suck that cloudy structure that has formed above the lens. इसे वो manually cut भी करते हैं. Getting it,
Yes,
what
sir.
I'm trying to say. So
Yes,
that
sir.
cloudy structure that is formed above the lens, they will manually cut it, and piece by piece they will be sucking it out via a vacuum.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
no? Mhm. So that is cataract. I will look at the case of presbyopia also, which I was telling earlier, that the focusing power has reduced in this case also. No, it is
Yes, sir.
focused behind the retina.
Yes, sir.
So that is also one of the problem here. And how do we correct this also?
It's a convex lens.
We will be using a convex lens. Getting it? Okay. Here you can look here. This is what I was referring to actually. A cloudy layer has formed above the eye lens. Look at the normal eye and look at the person who is suffering from cataract. So in normal terms, it is nothing but the clouding of the clear lens, clouding of the lens.
Yes, sir.
See, the second figure shows you the vision of a person that is suffering from cataract. Look how cloudy it looks. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And there is another group of eye disease that is called as glaucoma. It is a group of eye diseases that can cause vision loss and blindness by damaging the nerve in the back of your eye called the optic nerve. So we studied about myopia, what is hypermetropia, what is presbyopia, and then there is this glaucoma in which optic nerve is damaged. So this can cause permanent loss of vision. If the optic nerve is damaged, that can lead to permanent loss of vision. So
Yes,
that
sir.
is the most worst thing that can happen.
It is
Okay.
due to the abnormal pressure in the eye.
Abnormal pressure in the eye, exactly. So basically due to that, the optic nerve is compressed.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now. So just quickly to tell me, which of the eye defect is also called as short sightedness?
Myopia.
Sir, metropia. Myopia.
Myopia. Okay. Na? And long sightedness?
Hypermyopia.
Metropia.
Okay. Can you name also one of the disease which is usually seen to happen in the mid 40s, and it is also a natural eye problem
The
in which the
cataract.
person
Cataract.
is not able to focus on the nearby objects. That is
After presbyopia.
presbyopia. Okay, no. And then cataract. What happens in cataract?
So
So the vision
cloudiness in
becomes cloudy or hazy.
yes, sir.
Okay, no. So that is the thing. So hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Then there is one more thing. That was astigmatism. Okay, no. So see, in astigmatism, if you were to look at the, if you were to look here, look at the image here. That is the vision of a normal eye, and that is the vision of an astigmatic eye. So if multiple focuses are observed, so image is focused multiple times, then that can lead to then that will give you view of multiple objects.
Yes, sir.
Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
You
sir.
might have observed this, for example, like if someone is hit suddenly struck in the brain, so he can also have a blurry vision like this. He can be seeing multiple things like multiple images of the object.
Yes, sir.
So astigmatism is basically, it is common and can happen if the blurred, if the vision is blurred here also. And also the basic thing about it is that multiple the image is focused multiple times here,
Yes, sir.
right now. So that is how astigmatism happens, right? Another reason for this is that if the shape of the cornea is abnormal, if the shape of the cornea is abnormal, that can also lead to an astigmatic eye.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the two reasons due to which astigmatism happens. One of the reason is that abnormal shape of cornea. Second reason is that if image is focused multiple times, as you can see here. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. Then you have got a system that has been especially developed for the people who don't have the vision.
Braille
That is the
system.
Braille system, right now.
Yes, sir.
That is option number B. So how does a Braille system basically work? Anyone?
So it is a system with dots with different patterns that visually
Mhm,
impaired people can read and write through.
mhm. So there was a system called as Braille system. It was developed in the early 19th century, right? Early 19th century में ये develop हुआ था. In this, different characters are used. Like alphabets have 26 characters, right? Similarly, Braille system has got 63 characters on it. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and these are nothing but raised dots. So it's a system of raised dots, and each raised dots represent a particular letter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now just to give you an example. For example, if there's a raised dot this like this, so in Braille system this means the letter A. If there are two dots raised like this, in the Braille system it means it's the letter B.
Yes, sir.
Getting it, guys, what I'm trying to say? If the two dots are raised like this, the one that I'm highlighting, so in Braille system that means it is the letter C. So with the help of raised characters in the form of dots, people are able to study the text and in fact write the text as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? So they will be slightly pressing their fingers over the characters and they will be able to understand what does it mean.
Yes, sir.
Hope it is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
So we studied about the vision in the case of human eye. What about the vision in different other animals? For example, crabs. Have you looked at the eye of the crabs?
No, sir.
They are very
Yes,
small.
sir.
but yet they are able to look all around themselves. Right now,
Yes, sir.
they can rotate their eyes, so thereby they can look at the predator even if it's coming from the behind.
Yes, sir.
Right. If you were to look at the eyes of butterflies, houseflies, they're having thousands of little eyes.
Yes, sir.
We have only
Yes,
two
sir.
eyes, they have got thousands of little eyes. Right now,
Spiders are
spiders also. Look at the owl here. If you were to look at the night bird, that is this owl here, you see that it can see very well in the dim light, but not during the day. Right. So why is it so? First thing is that they have got a very large cornea. Their
Yes,
cornea
sir.
is very large. Right.
yes, sir.
And they will be having a very large pupil. Pupil, you guys understand the black dot that you see here, that is
Yes,
the
sir.
pupil. The thing is that they have got very big eyes, they have got very large cornea and a large pupil that will be allowing maximum amount of light to enter into the eyes. So that's why during night also they are able to have a good vision. Second thing is that out of cone or rod cells, which one is found more in them?
Rod
Cones.
cells, sir.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Rods.
So they are having more amount,
That's why they
more
can
number of
see
rod
in the
cells.
night. They have night vision.
Exactly. While they have got only less number of cone cells, getting very less number of cone cells.
Yes, sir.
Right. So that's why they are having a very good vision during night time, and they are also called as, they are one of the nocturnal animals.
Yes, sir.
Nocturnal animals are those animals which comes out, which stays inactive during the day and comes out during the night in order to hunt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? Mhm. Also, if you were to notice that when the owls fly now, they almost make no noise.
Yes,
You
sir.
might observe this also. There's a video I'll be sharing this in the class, that in the demonstration it was shown that different birds were flying in a very noise proof room. It
Yes, sir.
was observed that owls made almost no sound. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So that is the thing. What about the birds like kite, eagle? They have got a very good vision, no? They
Yes,
can
sir.
Yes, sir.
spot their prey from very far distances,
Yes, sir.
right? No, but they are not seen active during the night.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
again, the reason is that they have got lesser amount of rod cells and more amount of cone cells.
Yes, sir.
They
So
have
you have
small
this
cornea and pupil.
exactly right now. So talking about birds like kites, eagles, they have fewer rod cells. Moz, what is the function of rod cell? Yes, Moz, what is the function of the rod cells?
Yes, sir.
What is the function of the rod cell?
Sir, rod cells, they are sensitive to dim light, sir.
They are sensitive to dim light. Very good. Okay, no. Mhm. Just give me 1 minute. We are going to discuss few more questions. Okay, no.
Yes, sir.
So we have finished the chapter. If anyone has any doubt, any question in the chapter, please do let me know.
No, sir.
So name the part of the eye which controls the amount of light that can enter into the eye. Who controls the
Iris.
amount of light? That is iris.
Iris.
Okay. By basically stretching and relaxing.
Relaxing.
Like, just give me 1 minute. Hmm. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's possible.
Mhm. Okay. Look at the given questions here. Okay. Shall I assign them then? I'm going to
Yes, sir.
assign the questions. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Question number 4, Arham, look at this question. The same question I give you in test
Yes,
also.
sir.
Okay,
So
no?
it was C, right?
Which one?
Fourth
Haha.
one.
No, not. It's not C. It's not C. Okay, no?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
See,
it's the
basic.
length.
It's the. See, basically, in this, will I be able to write in this one? Just 1 minute. Uh, give me one moment.
It's the
Okay, now.
length.
Mm-hmm.
It's the length.
Lens. We are talking about question number 4. Okay, now. Just give me 1 minute. I'm not able to write over it. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We will come to question number 4 also, but C is not the right answer for this one. Okay, now I have told that. Question number 1. Moaz, you tell me this one. Question number 2, Arhan. Question number 3, Arham. And question number 4, Ahmed. Hmm.
Okay.
So my answer is sir, y- so my answer is
Mm-hmm.
so it is surface number 1.
Surface number 1. Correct.
So my answer is B.
Just one
Uh,
moment. Arhan, you're getting B. Correct. Correct. Yeah, Ahmed.
C.
Why you will be getting C? C. In question number 4. Arhan, what do you think
Sir,
for
it's
question
I
number
guess
4?
B.
Okay. What about you, Moaz? Look at question number 4. There's a small hole that is made in this cardboard, in this piece of cardboard that is a hole P. A torch is illuminating this. Light is passing by this hole. So this is the incident
D.
light. No, no, not D, not D. How come it be D?
Sir, it's B.
Not D. Just 1 minute. See, in this question you get to see. First of all, you guys tell me what were the laws of the reflection which we studied. What were the basic laws?
So angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and
Correct.
incident ray, reflected ray, point of incidence, and normal lie on the same plane.
Correct. Correct. Okay, now. So first of all, see this one thing. This is the incident ray. This C is actually normal, which you
Yes,
draw
sir.
perpendicular on the given mirror. And this will be the reflected light ray that will be passing via B,
Yes, sir.
right? And the questions ask you at which point should the eye be placed so that the hole can be seen. You want to see the hole. So where should you be placing your eye so that you will be able to see this? See this. I want you guys to think about it one more time. Where should you be placing
Sir, at A.
at A? Okay, explain that. Explain that how. Yes, Arhan. I guess I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. How we are going to see it at A? Hello, am I audible in the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you're audible.
Mhm. Okay, so first of all, if you were to look here, that this is the angle of incidence. This is the norm, right?
Yes, sir.
This is going to be the angle of reflection here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? Hmm. And then what we need to look at? We need to look at the where should the eye be placed so that you can look at the point. That is this point you want to look at. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So the light is coming from this one and it is being reflected towards this side. So you should be placing your eyes at B now
Yes, sir.
in order to be able to see it.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys are getting it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moz, what is your answer for question number 1? Part of the eye which controls the light entering is called.
Sir, retina?
How come it be retina?
No, sir,
Ret-
this C.
Cornea. Cornea is
Yes,
not controlling. Cornea basically allows the light to pass into your eye.
sir, B.
It's the outermost. Again, it's not correct.
Sir, A.
The 3 options are not correct. Then only A is left. So obviously it
Yes,
is
sir.
correct. But see the given diagram basically which we studied. What does it tells you?
Yes,
The pupil, that is the opening of your eye. The size of the pupil is basically controlled by the action of the iris. Okay, now if iris is
yes,
smaller,
sir.
the size of pupil is more. So they were more light will enter into your eye. If the iris is more wider, the lesser amount of eye will be of light will be entering your eye. Getting
Yes,
it
sir.
now?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so there are a few more questions left in it, but that we'll be doing in the next class. All right, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's it for today. We'll be meeting in next class then. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz,
Allah
sir.
Hafiz, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Sundu Sanchakrika. How are you guys?